Okay, welcome to episode 2 of First Chances with Chance, and today we are discussing Valentine's Day because when I'm filming this, it is literally thir- Wednesday. It's Wednesday before Valentine's Day, so Valentine's Day is coming up, and you know, why not have a episode of about Valentine's Day? We already catched up on a lot of all of what's been going on, and yeah, I did some makeup and kind of inspired by a Valentine's Day, like the hearts that Zara Larson did, and then the nose effect that everybody's been doing with Zara Larson. Instead of the yellow, I did green, and I did rhinestones kind of spreading out from the nose. So yeah, we did hearts, we did a lot of blush, we did pinks, we did green, and why not? Like, it kind of gives a little bit of Elphaba and Glinda, which love them. And honestly, the pink is pinking because we are obsessed with pink. So, yeah, let's get into the episode. Let's dive deep. Um, Never really celebrated Valentine's Day. I mean, in middle school, we had our Valentine's Day dance. High school, there wasn't really a Valentine's Day dance, but I did have a couple of Valentine's Day. Well, one. I had. I was dating somebody actually. That was the first, the one of the boyfriends that I spoke about in the last season. So yeah, he actually messaged me when he listened to that episode. And he was like, I don't remember what he said, but he like reached out and was like, da 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 da, which I can't believe that some of the people that I didn't even speak to him a lot, and I guess he was still he's still following me, which no biggie, like follow me, Pookie. Um, he literally messaged me after listening to like I guess the boyfriends episode, and honestly, it was like me and him aren't on like bad terms or anything. We kind of like broke up because he had to move, but he honestly was probably the he's been the only boyfriend that I've had or a person that I was seeing while I like during Valentine's Day on or had been speaking to somebody on a Valentine's Day. It all honestly worked out. Our first date with him, like my first date with him was I'd say to the fair. So like a month prior. And then yeah, the first month after all like stuff happened with the family, and then I got my phone back after so and such amount of time, which was stupid. Like why like that didn't do anything. But my friend gave him my Snapchat, and like I guess we actually had the same reaction to each other when we were walking past, and I honestly was like, "Damn." And he had the exact same reaction. Like I heard it. I remember that day vividly. I was literally walking my dog and everything too. Um and for some reason they were like didn't even live in the neighborhood. So I don't know why they were in the neighborhood in the first place, but they walked past me, like both of them, my friend and him, or him and my friend walked past me, and we both had the same exact reaction to each other. And then after I got my phone back, I saw that I had somebody wanting to add me on Snapchat, and I added him back. We had started conversating, and all of a sudden, like we were planning a date, and that was iconic. So afterwards, like we had planned Valentine's Day. We had planned like he planned to take me to a play, which I got really emotional at the play. It was a very heartfelt play. I've been in a couple of those as well, so I fully get it. A lot of great actors. I actually made friends with a lot of those actors. Like my friends were friends with them, so it's like why not this, that, and the other. So afterwards, I quite literally like me and him were like planned days to hang out when he wasn't working, when I wasn't working. Obviously, our work schedules didn't always align. Plus, being in going to two separate high schools and everything, so that kind of made it difficult. And then the fact that I was busy, I had a bunch of extracurriculars that I was in. I quite literally stayed busy. Like, busy. And so it wasn't like our schedules always aligned. There was at one point, a time that I actually went to go see him at where he worked. He obviously came to see me where I worked. Um, like it was just like an adorable relationship. He was my first actual Valentine's. We spent the day at the park. He got me a stuffed animal. I got him. I want to say I got him two roses, and then I got him a little stuffed animal, and he got me a giant stuffed animal. So I kind of felt bad that I didn't get him one bigger. But his dog ended up tearing apart the one that I gave him, and he was not very happy with that. I don't know why his dog tore apart. It was not the dog's toy. But very, very like adorable dog though. So I don't even like. I'm not even mad. Um, but yeah, he got me chocolates as well. I don't know why. Like, I think he got me two packages, which honestly wasn't that bad. I just now know like I can't really eat milk chocolate that often because whatever's in milk chocolate messes with the back of my throat and not in that good way. Not in a good way. Kind of how like if you were to eat peanut butter and you were mildly allergic. Not the greatest. Same type of thing with lavender. Lavender like scents give me a migraine, but yet I can't be around lavender at all. Like I literally have to stay away. Can't drink it, can't ingest it, can't breathe smell it either. So any fragrance even with a derivative of lavender in it gives me a migraine like instantaneously. And that's the thing is that like a lot of calming fragrances or essential oils have lavender in it for relaxation or like bath salts. Um, the relaxing ones, the to calm you down and everything with the purple bag, that has lavender in it. So I can't even be around that. I can't be around the bath the so like a lot of retail doing skincare and being a beauty advisor honestly sucked. I didn't suck. It was just aggravating being around some of those fragrances a lot of the times and not really being able to breathe at all. Like I would also get a headache, all of that, and it was not the greatest feeling at all. So like I was quite literally if I wasn't around it, I was fine. But when I would get near it at all, I quite literally would get a headache and then have a headache for the rest of the shift. It was honestly insane and would not recommend. I literally have a cologne that I got sent and I can't even use that. Like I sprayed it once and immediately got a headache. Like I didn't know that it was that bad. Like now when I'm at the coffee bar, I tell them like if I'm not in the mood for any specific flavor, I'll just say your choice, anything but lavender. And a lot of the times at this point they remember, but some of them don't, and I just remind them. It's not that big of a deal. I'd rather look out for my health instead of having to leave because I can't breathe or I'm having I have a headache or this, that, and the other. Like, I'd rather just be like cautious and let them know, inform them, be like, hey, I can't have lavender. And there's times that one of the bars that I go to or started going to, well, was going to a little bit, um, still kind of go to, not as much after one of my favorite cava tenders moved to a different one. It was or a couple of them moved to a different one. I realized that one of the cleaning chemicals was like smelled like Fabuloso, which has lavender in it. And I was like, hey, is that Fabuloso? And they were like, yeah, why? And I was like, it has lavender in it, and I can't be around lavender. So, yeah. And that is where I'm going to pause and go take a break and come back even more talkative and continue with more of the Valentine's Day talk. All right. So, with middle school though, we always had the Valentine's Day dance with my middle school, and to be quite honest, I there were a couple years that I won like little prizes here and there. So it wasn't that bad. I honestly was always entering my name into the raffle, and I don't know. There was one year that I went with my neighbor who was like a sister to me, and I remember quite literally winning a whole entire like goodie basket. And I was just like, wow, I did good. I guess I don't know how many people voted for me, but if it was just me that put my name in there, then I got lucky. I mean, I do be getting lucky a lot. So, it ain't that big a deal. But I quite literally was like, did my name really get called? And it did. I Oh. So there was actually, now that I remember, but yeah, no, my name got called and I went up. I got a little basket, like probably one of the small Valentine's Day baskets, and it had a lot of candy. It had, what else did it have? I'm pretty sure it had a little stuffed animal. It came with a mug. It was adorable. Let's just say that. And so I had that for quite a while, like the stuffed animal for a while. But my first Valentine's Day dance, if I'm not mistaken, was actually was supposed to be with a Valentine's Day somebody, cuz like we were kind of like dating for a little, oh, 8th grade. So no, I think it was 7th grade. Yeah, 7th grade, I was supposed to go with somebody. She, like, I guess because I got detention, and I told her, I was like, I was under the impression that if you got detention, you wouldn't be able to go to the dance. I was still able to go to the dance, uh, especially because, like, I had connections. I was in extracurriculars, so the teacher that was in charge of one of the clubs I was in that I was supposed to be in at that time kind of got me out of detention. I guess it wiped my record clear because I ended up, or I guess it's if you get suspended, which I don't know how you would get suspended in a middle school. I mean, I do, especially with the middle school that I went to. But like now that I think about it, I was still able to go. I was still on the list, and but like I had a whole like breakdown the day that I had gotten the detention because I was like, I'm not going to be able to go to the dance and this, that, and the other. We were planning all of this, that, and the other. One of my friends, old friends, now neighbors, actually was like, "You, hey, just whatever happens, happens. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. This, that, and the other." Kind of like how I am with a lot of my friends now. Just like that support system. Like if you needed to talk, I'm always here to talk. We're here to talk. If you need somebody to talk to. Um but yeah, no, I literally had like a whole breakdown. That was the first ever time that I'd ever gotten detention. Didn't know how it worked. This and the other. Ended up getting, like I said, ended up getting out of it. So I wasn't really even in detention. Um, Thankfully, I did let the teacher in charge know that I had detention, or I probably would have been there the whole entire time. Which honestly wasn't that bad. I was in a lot of pressure. Like I get why I was pulled out because like I was one of the better people with the math academic games. Yeah, I think that's what the club was math academic games. I did it in middle school and I did science, engineering, construction, mathematics club as well. I didn't do that in middle school. I did it again, picked it back up in high school. But it was almost like it was a couple of days before competition, so I had to get pulled out because if not, we wouldn't have. Like I quite literally, I think I got a trophy or something. Not a trophy, but I got one of the medals. Like I won one of the medals for it at one of the games or competitions. I'm pretty sure like at the end of the year, we all went to like a reward ceremony or award ceremony, not rewards, but awards, and ended up winning that. But if it hadn't been because of me being in the club, I probably would have been able to go to the dance, the Valentine's Day dance that my middle school put on, and but she was like, it's fine. She literally gave me back everything that I had made her, which honestly kind of made me like, if I make you something and it's heartfelt, I want you to keep it, even if we end up splitting. Like, it doesn't, like, for me, I think that's kind of what made a weird impression on me. Like, at that point, I'd already known that I was bi and into, like, went both ways with dating. But, like, I'd even told her after we broke up that, hey, like, this, that, and the other, just want you to know about this, that, and the other, just out of respect. Uh, had nothing to do with her. I'd already kind of known that I'd had those feelings, and she was super supportive. I pretty sure like she is kind of one of the ones that are first ones of my like first friend per se that I told that was super supporting and kind of allowed me to open up and feel a lot better about myself because prior to that I knew that I was getting picked on because I was different. My I still had that like high pitched voice and like yeah I'll raise the pitch of my voice to because I used to get yelled at that point when I was working at my first job in high school and told there's no reason to have an attitude because my voice was so deep. So I started raising the pitch of my voice just to sound more respectful. Which I know you shouldn't really have to feel forced to do anything, but it's also more of the fact that, like, not wanting to fit in, it's not about me wanting to fit in, it's more about me just, like, not trying to start an argument or anything like that with anybody who felt a specific way. Like, let's say I'm talking to you and I spoke like this. Like, some people would just take it as, oh, you have an attitude, cut the attitude out, and this, that, and the other. So I would just raise the pitch of my voice, and honestly, Everybody was super nice. Everybody was like, "Oh my god, I want you to make my drink. I want you to make my drink." So I ended up being everybody's favorite barista with my first job, and yeah, that was fun. Running around almost with my like a chicken with the head cut off. I literally, what else? So yeah, I had a boyfriend on Valentine's Day as well. Crazy how I'm realizing all this as we speak. Um, I've had a girlfriend and a boyfriend on Valentine's Day. Oh my god, or almost had a girlfriend on Valentine's Day. Listen, all y'all that think I'm gay are wrong. I've had a girlfriend, and duh. Like, that's a whole entire different, like, conversation I've literally had with myself. That, like, it's different between women and females than it is with males for their attraction. It's a different type of attraction than like that. I could do a whole entire another episode about with sexualities, and I feel like I would have to have a guest on with that because that is a whole conversation that could be had with quite a few people actually, and that's definitely a whole conversation about like sexuality in general and it as a spectrum. Like that could be a cool episode as well. Like, oh, did I just? I also feel like season two is more about like wide, not wide, but like macro versus micro. While we were looking at one person with season one, but season two is everything as a whole. So, like, a bunch of different experiences along with a lot of stuff, while, like, across multiple, like, a lot of people in general. So, that is also another reason why I want you guys to send in your stories because each episode I'm gonna go over each all the stories. So yeah, make sure you're texting 561-320-7085 with your guys' experiences. Even with Valentine's Day, like I'll read that into next week's episode. So yeah, or as you guys send them in, I'll read them. So period. Make sure to participate. This is an interactive podcast as well. So you never know. I might even message you back. But I've literally planned stuff for Valentine's Day with a girlfriend in middle school. And then I've pretty much dated guys since, but it hasn't like would I date another female? Yes. Like, I'm not saying that that's off the tables. Or on the tables. You never know. Sorry. It's one of those days. Um, but yeah, no, we had. So after that, there was eighth grade. What happened eighth grade? Oh, yeah, that was with the friend that we went who took their at time boyfriend with them to the Valentine's Day dance. No big deal. The friend's mother actually took us to the school the dance, so that was fun. I mean, eighth grade, we're not really driving yet, so yeah. Never really had after high school. I never really had a boyfriend on Valentine's Day. It was, I'd say, right after Valentine's Day that we actually started seeing the last boyfriend. Because, yeah, that was around that time, I would say was almost Pride Month. So we were supposed to go to the parade together, but they ended up having to work the past year or 2 years. I think it was 2 years ago. Um, but I never really was dating anybody, talking to anybody, or seeing anybody around Valentine's Day. This year, we're kind of talking to somebody. We made plans for Valentine's Day, and we'll see where everything goes. Cause why not? Like, let's have some fun. Like, I'm going to the movies on Valentine's Day, literally to watch Dracula. I'm screaming. I'm literally watching Dracula on Valentine's Day. Like, what? And then I worked the next morning at 1:20, so I can't really be staying out. I gotta get some sleep, quite literally. Or I can always drop the shift. It is technically allowed. Hello, I could drop the shift. Why am I just now realizing that? Because I don't think I have a lot of homework that week. So I quite literally could drop the shift and be able to sleep in, stay out a little bit later, maybe to the mall, walk around, maybe even go to the beach. That would be cute. Going to the beach after the movies. Oh, or going to the movies after the beach. Hello. Um, what? Like, I didn't think about that at all. And I know where there's the free parking now. Period. I mean, I'd only be working 21 hours and some change, but I don't think it'd be that bad. Especially because, like, I'm paying my credit card off, and then next week I'm figuring out the new schedule. So yeah, and we usually average about like $400 anyways. So regardless, I could drop the Sunday shift unless he's working. Then I'd want to work. Then I'm honestly going to go to work. Like if I get obviously I'm getting home early, but maybe if he wants to stay out, like I can message him and be like, like ask him if he wants to if he's working, and then figure everything out there. So that's definitely a plan. But high school, we were going like yeah, we had the little date there when we first started. Like we planned the little date, and then we went to the fair. He was actually my first kiss. Crazy enough. Um, and I like we literally made out the whole entire ride from the fair to my house. So yeah, and I was in the back seat. Let's just say a lot happened in the back seat of his cousin's car. Not that day, but other stuff. Like other days. It is what it is. It's out there. Whatever. It's not like I hadn't spoken about it before. Um, yeah, but no, he was my first kiss. I wouldn't say like stuff happened, but some stuff happened. Not everything. Um, yeah. So yeah, that was when we had Valentine's Day after I met him. Like I got off the bus, and like the park is right next to the school that he went to, where the bus dropped me off from my school. Like, how can, like, that's the thing. I don't understand how my bus took an hour to in the mornings to get to from my bus stop to the school. I literally was waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning after closing working at 11. Like, I don't know how I was up and still doing stuff. Like, that's the thing that baffles me. Like, it's mind boggling to me. At least tomorrow I actually get to sleep in. I did all of my S's and all of that. So tonight, I'm going to the cover bar again. The night that I'm filming the day of the night of the day that I'm filming this. So Wednesday, I'm filming this. We have the podcast episode 1 going up tomorrow, along with the long form video on YouTube, and yeah, don't forget to check those out and everything. Cause hello. But yeah, I'm honestly obsessed. I don't know what I was getting at with that. I was quite literally like, yeah, I my brain was just on the makeup that I did today. Which surprisingly only took an hour. Weirdly enough. I mean, usually when I have like a whole mindset and like an idea, it doesn't take me that long to get ready for it. So today's makeup took me about an hour. So yeah, and that is also pretty much all of the Valentine's days that I've had. And yeah, love you guys, and I will see you guys in episode 3.